Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Rice with our March Book of the Month. I am super excited about this book. It's a little different from the other books we've been reading, but it's called The Empty Pot, and it's by Demi. And it's a beautiful book that is set in an Asian country, and it's about an emperor who is looking for his successor. A successor is the next person who's going to take over his job. So he doesn't have any children. He's got to find out who is going to be the next emperor of his country. Now, you'll notice on the cover, there are lots of beautiful flowers on here. One of the things that this emperor loves so much is gardening and plants and having beautiful flowers around him. You know, a good reader sometimes thinks about a book they're reading and making a connection either to their life or to another book or to something that they're familiar with. And so one of the reasons I love this book is because it reminds me of two of our staff members here at Cumming Elementary. We have two staff members who work so hard to help keep our school and our outdoor gardens absolutely beautiful. And I bet you know who they are, but it reminds me of Miss Dahl and Miss McCormick. They both do so much to keep our school beautiful, and especially our flowers and our garden areas. So I want you to think about if there's anything in this book that reminds you of something that you know, or maybe somebody or something or some connection that you might be able to make. Let's get started. The Empty Pot by Demi. A long time ago in China, there was a boy named Ping who loved flowers. Anything he planted burst into bloom. Up came flowers, bushes, and even big fruit trees, as if by magic. Everyone in the kingdom loved flowers too. They planted them everywhere, and the air smelled like perfume. The emperor loved birds and animals, but flowers most of all, and he tended his own garden every day. But the emperor was very old, and he needed to choose a successor to the throne. Who would his successor be, and how would the emperor choose? Because the emperor loved flowers so much, he decided to let the flowers choose. The next day, a proclamation was issued. All the children in the land were to come to the palace. There they would be given special flower seeds by the emperor. "Whoever can show me their best in a year's time," he said, "will succeed me to the throne." Well, the news created great excitement throughout the land. Children from all over the country swarmed to the palace to get their flower seeds. All the parents wanted their children to be chosen emperor, and all the children hoped they would be chosen too. When Ping received his seed from the emperor, he was the happiest child of all. He was sure he could grow the most beautiful flower. Ping filled a flower pot with rich soil. He planted the seed in it very carefully. He watered it every day. He couldn't wait to see it sprout, grow, and blossom into a beautiful flower. Day after day passed, but nothing grew in his pot. Ping was very worried. He put new soil into a bigger pot. Then he transferred the seed into the rich black soil. Another 2 months he waited. Still nothing happened. By and by, the whole year passed. Spring came, and all the children put on their best clothes to greet the emperor. They rushed to the palace with their beautiful flowers, eagerly hoping to be chosen. Ping was ashamed of his empty pot. He thought the other children would laugh at him because for once he couldn't get a flower to grow. His clever friend ran by holding a great big plant. "Ping," he said, "you're not really going to the emperor with an empty pot, are you? Couldn't you grow a great big flower like mine?" "I've grown lots of flowers better than yours," Ping said. "It's just this seed that won't grow." Ping's father overheard this and said, "You did your best, and your best is good enough to present to the emperor. Holding the empty pot in his hands, Ping went straight away to the palace. The emperor was looking at the flowers slowly, one by one. How beautiful all the flowers were! But the emperor was frowning, and he did not say a word. Finally, he came to Ping. Ping hung his head in shame, expecting to be punished. The emperor asked him, "Why did you bring an empty pot?" Ping started to cry and replied, "I planted the seed you gave me, and I watered it every day, but it didn't sprout. I put it in a better pot with better soil, but still it didn't sprout. I tended it all year long, but nothing grew. So today I had to bring an empty pot without a flower. It was the best I could do." When the emperor heard these words, a smile slowly spread over his face, and he put his arm around Ping. And then he exclaimed to one and all, "I have found him! I have found the one person worthy of being emperor." Where you got your seeds from, I do not know, for the seeds I gave you had all been cooked, so it was impossible for any of them to grow. I admire Ping's great courage to appear before me with the empty truth, and now I reward him with my entire kingdom, and I make him emperor of all the land. Wow, what an amazing story. Poor Ping. I cannot imagine having to walk to the emperor's palace with an empty pot and to face the emperor and tell him that your plant, your flower, did not grow. He showed a lot of courage. Most importantly, I admire Ping for showing honesty. You know, we have 3 rules here at Coming. We say be kind, be safe, and be responsible. And being honest really ties into being responsible. Boys and girls, there are going to be times that we all make mistakes or we do something maybe we shouldn't have done. But I always tell you, as long as you tell me the truth, I can help you through any situation. And I know your teachers and your parents feel the same way. We are not perfect people. We're going to make mistakes, but our job is to learn and grow from them. And if you're honest about what's happened and what's going on, we can always help you move forward. What a great job Ping did. While being scared to tell the truth, he still did it, and he got a tremendous reward. He showed that his honesty and his courage truly were worthy of being somebody like an emperor who had to lead the land. So boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this book, and I hope you will remember how important it is not only to be courageous, but always to be honest. Have a great day.